guys have seen a lot of my videos in the past regarding censorship, you know that I never have posted 2 videos on this topic in a row. Granted, I've posted like well over 20 probably, but not in a row. It's because this shit is usually spaced out. But with the election coming up, all of the big tech websites are of course going into supernova to make sure that as little amount of facts are posted as possible so that they can push Joe Biden. This is one of the most disgusting acts of censorship I have ever seen, and I've talked about a lot on here. I mean, it's crazy what I've talked about. Everything from fake search results on Google and YouTube and pushing fake results. Like, for example, one of the worst that I made a video about a while back was when I was making my video on Jeffrey Epstein, and I literally typed into Google Bill Clinton on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. Every result was about Trump. But when I went to Bing and typed in the same thing, Bill Clinton on Epstein's plane, the results were actually about Bill Clinton. So, I mean, that's one example of thousands of Google deliberately changing the results to fit only what they want to show you. And up until now, that was probably one of the most disgusting acts of censorship. But check out this. My friend and patron Jacob Martin sent me this post from Twitter. This guy posted a screenshot because he got a strike for a video on his watch later list. His watch later list had a video on it and got a strike. This is fucked up on so many levels that I can't even comprehend. Imagine I'm struggling to comprehend this, so I can't imagine what you guys are feeling. But first of all, let's be clear. The watch later list on your YouTube account is a private playlist. That's the first thing. So we know now that YouTube is now watching what you save to your watch later list. So be careful of that now. 2, the watch later list is of videos you've saved made from other people. But now they're trying to censor videos that you add to it it's not even a video that you made, but you get the strike just for saving it. And 3, what does this all mean? Well, it basically means that you're now not being censored for, well, you are, but I mean, you're now not just being censored for things you post or things you share, or things you say, or things you believe in. You're now being censored if you share an opinion held by another person and put that person's video in your watch later list. You now can't even watch videos of things that interest you made by someone else. I mean, granted, you can. This is only one example of the watch later list being censored that I've ever seen. I don't know if it's just one or if it's the first of many. We'll see, because before all the dumb people out there go, Matt, it only happened once, it's probably just a glitch in the system. Well, based on logic and experience, every single time in the past, things had only happened just once. What actually ended up happening was it really just ended up being the first of many. This has happened every time in the past. People were saying the exact same thing when YouTube was deleting videos, shadow banning, censoring, changing results, putting mainstream media results to the top of the list, etc., etc., etc. And at the time, it was the first time, and it was a glitch in the system. And then we found out later that it was actually just what they're going to start doing. It was just the next thing in their long line of censorship tactics. So sure, it could be a glitch, but don't be so fucking naive again thinking that that's what it is. Considering what the internet is like now, we have to be suspicious of everything we see. And this is disgusting. And I mean, keep in mind too, you can see down here, Team YouTube replied. And when I say replied, I mean they replied, because like with all of their fucking replies when people talk about censorship or being deleted or whatever, all they get is an automated message from YouTube, and I don't even know why people bother trying to contact them, because you're never going to get an actual human response from YouTube. And even if you do, it'll most likely be, yeah, we watch your watch later list, and I don't like the fact that you favorite on there a lot of Trump videos, so go fuck yourself. Anyway, this is disgusting. I mean, it's disgusting. That's the only way to put it. And then this guy, Paul Gosar, retweeted it and said, YouTube appears to be monitoring everyone's behavior and their watch later list. Maybe next they'll deplatform you for saving videos with the wrong political ideas. Maybe that's what he did. Even if you aren't making them yourself, what if you favorite a Trump video? Are there silent strikes? And you know, that's a very scary term. Silent strikes. You know, it's kind of like shadow banning. Employees at Google have openly admitted that they shadow ban. And if you don't know what shadow banning is, it's basically what happened to me. And I got shadow banned like back in 2014. Basically, shadow banning is basically when you're not banned, you're not deleted, you don't have like copyright strikes or anything like that. You're not having your channel terminated. Well, last week I actually did have my Fall Cabal documentary completely deleted off my channel. I'm not kidding, but I didn't make a video about it. But the point is, the main point anyway, is shadow banning is the idea of basically doing nothing that you can see, but removing you from the search results. So basically, if I make a video on the topic, like for example, my previous video about Jack Dorsey, if you were to type in my title, you know, something like, let's see, Ted Cruz exposes Jack Dorsey. If you type that in, even if it's the exact word for word title, and even if you scroll down like 20 fucking pages, you'll find many other people's videos, but you won't find mine. And that's what shadow banning is. So basically, you can only find my videos if you've gone like multiple. I know I just said 20 pages, but sometimes I appear. Sometimes, even if I do, I'll be on like page 20 or 30 for fuck's sakes. Or basically, my video has to be shared from another person. Otherwise, or be subbed to me. Otherwise, you'll never find me. So that's what shadow banning is. It's when nothing is visible. You know, you don't see a copyright strike. You don't see a deleted video icon. You just see nothing, but you've been taken out of the results because YouTube finds you to be too controversial, which is basically their code word for you're too factual and we don't like that. Anyway, but in terms of this phrase he just said, silent strikes, really, it scares me because it makes me wonder what kind of things they can do in silence other than shadow banning. Maybe they're going to create something new. I guess we'll see, but for now, you guys need to be aware of this. And as we can see, and we've been seeing for years, George Orwell's 1984 is becoming more and more and more and more and more true.